My guy.
You read all of them?
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me like that. You see what he's trying to do? No, I see. See what? No, but see, I've known this nigga for years. I see what he's trying to do.
Okay,
Yeah, but I see what you're trying to do.
You shouldn't.
I'm gonna get you.
No, you shouldn't.
No, I see what you saw. You saw what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
You saw what he was trying to do. All right.
No. Like one thing I know about Oliver. Like, yeah, you read. Because I think the first time I went to his crib, he had the book of what was it again? King James, the Bible.
Oh, I did that.
The Bible.
I read that.
Oh yeah, you said for a while that you were gonna read the Bible, Quran.
But he did.
I read the Bible.
He read the Bible.
The Quran is stuff to do.
Read the Bible. I was like, damn, okay.
Of course I read the Bible.
Mind you, we're teenagers.
You gotta know what's going on. Gotta read that.
But you chose to be a pagan.
That's what I got from it. I read it and that was my conclusion. I read it and that's the way I decided to go.
Okay, let me.
You can't tell me I didn't check it out at least. I'm trying to get more into the. I do want to say that I'm trying to get more back into the economics, banking, finance, that bag of.
How do you go from Bible to this?
You know what I'm saying in terms of reading.
Just reading and getting back into it.
And also watching. I'm watching more stuff on that.
I've been lacking.
And I want to bring it at some point. I want to bring that more here, but we'll have a conversation about that at that time.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
What you could do, right?
Some topics.
Is also you also share beforehand.
Oh yeah. That's in that case. That's what I would do. In that case, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Don't forget to speak in the mic, of course.
Yeah.
No, there's a couple things that have been happening lately that would be interesting to discuss.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn more. I'm trying to find good sources to learn more. I found some. There's some interesting ones. That's why I watched one video about how Microsoft is the most valuable company in the world at this point. Again.
Yes.
And the guy was explaining how they did that. Like they went to a massive dip and then they came back under the leadership of the new CEO.
Microsoft is super interesting at the moment. Yeah.
This the thing I find really. What I'm really starting to study is the sort of the mechanics of business modeling and all these. Like not just like all the business often about selling great products and stuff, and I'm following more like the tricks for lack of a better term that some of them use, because they basically said that they found a way to have these quasi mergers to where they can buy stakes in certain companies without triggering regulators.
Yeah,
because that was one of the reasons that they got in trouble, is that Microsoft got into a thing with the regulators in 1998 that made them sort of lose their monopoly power. They had too much power, which is what they're doing now with Google. They're trying to do the same thing to Google,
which is very interesting to me. When you look at the EU doing its shit with these exact same companies.
Yeah, the EU especially.
The difference between I'm going to call it 3 different regulatory methods is very interesting. You have the European, American, and the Chinese regulatory methods.
Oh yeah, the Chinese are on a different thing.
Just the
Chinese are doing have a different.
When you compare that, there's at some point we're gonna talk about cars, because the Chinese car market,
the EV,
is just
a conversation. Yeah, man, we should talk about this stuff more often.
No, it's fucked. Like the Chinese are doing the same thing they're doing as always, but the fact they're doing that with EVs now is really changing the game, because they are just making dirt cheap cars. True. Like that BYD car. Is just 20-30K in car terms. That is euros.
It's 30-40 range. That's
lower in certain cases when you don't put anything on it, and that is really fucking up the EV market, because Teslas and those cars are easily 50 minimum.
Now add the tariffs when you take Teslas over there, and they
the tariffs in China are disgusting.
Okay, so now watch this. Now what if I say the TikTok ban is coming at a very convenient moment?
Mm-hmm.
They discussed it already, but now they're following. They follow through.
It's part of all this thing.
It's follow through in the sense that they have a certain amount of time to sell it.
Break it down.
So they have a certain. It followed through. It passed. Congress signed. It's done.
Yeah.
They have a certain amount of. Now they want to fight it. TikTok wants to fight it. Take it to the Supreme Court. I forget exactly on what grounds, but that's already also in motion. They have, I think, 9 months to either sell it to an American company or just get the fuck out of there. That's pretty much it. I think personally that the timing of this is not coincidental. I think this now we're gonna do the trade war then. If you really want to do this, fine. We're tired of you. Now we're really gonna do it.
But
That's what I think.
giving that as like what they said they have to do, selling their company is
Sell it to an American company.
is wild.
Divest.
Like
Sell it to an American
I've
company.
never heard that happen. I don't know if it happened in history, but that is a crazy demand.
Why is that crazy?
For a company from a different nation to force them to sell to a company of your nation is a wild request to make. Imagine a European country tells an American country, yo, we don't fuck with you, like an Apple or whatever, we don't fuck with you. Sell part of your European efforts to a European country, and then that's the only way you can do business here.
Well, you don't do business there, right? They're basically saying, we're giving you an out. You can't do business here.
Yeah, so that's
your option is you can sell it to us.
Or you're out.
And take your money.
Or you're out, yes.
Or it's done.
Yeah.
But Jeff, isn't that what China has always been doing?
That's my whole opinion.
To a degree, yes. No, but what they did different, and what is kind of, they allow companies to come in, but what they said is if you fuck with don't fuck with our policy, you don't even come in. So they bar you at the entry. You don't even have a foothold there. What the U.S. allowed, and now this is an interesting topic in general, but what the U.S. allowed is a user base to be there. So now you're saying all these people that are using your platform and already are making money on the platform and surviving off of TikTok, and that's a broad term to say because they are not really, really surviving off TikTok because it's just a social media platform, but they feel like that. You're going to ban them off it. That is rough and difficult to say. There in China, they say you don't even come in.
Yeah, but it's
you don't even come in.
True.
So that way it's easier to block people. It hurts less because you don't even have a foothold here. So why would we allow you to do what you want to do here? The U.S., and you said this many times before, the U.S. fucked up by allowing them in the first place.
When Trump initially said, as much as people want to give Trump shit, that was one of the smartest things he said when he was president. When they first came in there and he immediately said, we should ban it, I immediately said, yes, you should ban it. I was 100% for. And then he tried and they blocked it and they said, no, blah, blah, blah. And because ByteDance and whatever the fuck it is. And now they end up at the same spot.
Yeah.
I'm 100% for the ban, by the way.
No, but,
just for people that... I know a lot of people are against it. I'm very pro the ban. Get that motherfucker.
Wait. What I maybe missed, right, is you have the situation with the EV cars, right? From China, they're built very cheaply, and they can be sold on the European and Western markets for cheap, right? Because if you compare the prices here in Europe and in America for EVs, they're crazy. And China found a way.
One thing to add here, this is mostly an EU problem. In the US, there's already high enough tariffs. So the cars are more expensive there. In the EU, the Chinese cars are super cheap. But go ahead.
Exactly. So the last thing I heard was the EV cars from China are stuck at the port of Rotterdam, like hundreds and thousands of them, right? Right there.
Yeah.
And but that's blocking Chinese companies from selling their products on the European market. How is that related to the ByteDance situation?
The ByteDance situation?
If you do this, we do this.
But they have they're stuck there.
Yes.
So you're saying this is
I think that's
this response to
kind of.
I think it's a little more nuanced. I think
so. What's
the TikTok thing was a long Trump brought it up years ago, so it's a long conversation. I think what they're doing now recently with the EV market in general, if you take into account that in the States, Tesla is one of the magnificent seven of the 7 companies that are the most valuable there, right? And a huge component of the NASDAQ. They are providing, even with the tariffs, even in the States, they are providing significant competition there. It is affecting Tesla there also.
Yes.
So
what in China, in America?
China is affecting that
even though
general market, which also affects there.
Yeah.
So again, I don't even think it's to the point where it's hurting the Americans yet.
Not yet.
But if I'm an American leader, I'm saying, this is what you want to do? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Before, I'm not going to wait for you to get...
So that's where I was trying to...
Before it becomes a real problem.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Retaliation. You have to know this is what Americans are a lot better at than the Europeans. Also, Europeans, we're fucking. We let Putin sit up there for years. Oh, we'll see. And then now look. No, but they're a lot better at like
here in the EU, it's already too late.
Yeah.
Like, don't be surprised if in a couple of years you will see those BYD cars, build your own dream. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They're already everywhere. There's another one, Polestar, I think.
Polestar.
I know that
it's
one.
kind of Volvo, but it's also Chinese.
Polestar. Yeah.
There's a couple of these brands, and they're all. It's the whole range. That's to me the most hilarious thing. There's the high end range, like almost 100K, and there's the low end where you get 30, 20, maybe 40, 50. That range, like they're everywhere.
The only advantage that Western markets have is brand. In the sense that the idea still is, even though it's not necessarily true, the idea is that Chinese products are not of the same quality.
Yes.
Which is ironic because everything is made there anyways.
The interesting thing for me is that brand is becoming Chinese. Like the Chinese are figuring out how to brand stuff.
Yeah, they're doing better. They're doing better and better.
Like if you, I don't know if you have seen videos, but there's this Xiaomi car. That Xiaomi for the phone brand. They have when you see the video of the stuff they have.
This is basically like an Evergrande type of situation where a company that normally makes another product.
Yeah,
so
this is because Evergrande also. That's what Evergrande did.
No, but when you see their cars, when you see their stuff, it is crazy because everything that you would want.
They're successful though. Sorry to interrupt.
They have a car. Yeah. It's not sold here yet, but in China it's successful. But you can see the videos about it. Like it looks better than a Tesla, and branded wise, it looks better. It has the accessories that look better designed. So they're getting there. The only thing, and Xiaomi you already know is a brand. The only thing they need to do still now, and they're slowly getting there, is get those brands out. And when they do that, especially the EU, is fucked.
Yes, I see what you mean, but I think the EU won't allow that. And the reason why is actually because exactly what you're saying. It's Xiaomi, or was it? Xiaomi is a phone company, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I know. I didn't know they had cars. That's the first time hearing.
They have more than cars. They have more shit than
cars. I know they had more than cars.
Yeah.
I know they had more than phones, but I didn't know they had cars. That was
so you have a phone company, right? What I think the Apple also saw is that the transition from like mobile to cars to like just making an ecosystem of everything, right? Is the future, right?
Yeah.
Xiaomi is doing that and has been what I've heard, at least what you said, is they've been successful. But that means being like in this ecosystem, right? That means that company has a lot of data about you. A lot of data.
Yes.
And in China, maybe it could be seen as normal that you have a lot of data about your customer and about your people. Yeah. But in the Netherlands or in Europe, just in general, I don't think they would accept a foreign company or foreign company, whatever, to have that much data about their citizens.
I see what you mean.
So the EU will block it in any way they can.
I see that, but to be fair, that's what the argument was against TikTok. That
this would be more
to a degree.
Even more?
This would be more intrusive. Though.
It would be more intrusive, but to a degree, because it's also
how would a car be more intrusive? Than
because
like
you have the location. No, you have the location of the person. Also, it will be connected to your phone. It will be connected to everything you basically.
You have the driving behavior. You have the location, the place they visit in more accurate detail.
Nowadays,
for example, if you want to stalk somebody and you don't know what they drive or where they are, whatever moment,
you can use the cameras.
You can use the cameras of the car, which can tell you where you are.
Cameras in the car.
You can get a license plate, so you can figure them out in registry where they live. There's like it's a whole connection of data. But what I want to say to that,
I feel like a similar argument also exists for the phone.
It's a similar argument.
I agree with this, but the car's worse.
But the thing that I think that the EU is doing better than the Americans, at least in this, is, and if you believe in free market capitalism and everything, and then we're getting a little bit too far with that, but what EU is doing better in that is putting guardrails, at least for the data use. So what America's not doing well at all, and they're horrible at this. That's the one thing I give America a lot of shit for, is they allow everything to the point where it's stupid. okay, you block TikTok, but you have 2 other companies in your own country that are doing equal, maybe even worse shit than those.
I had this beef with a girl with a feminist one. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that is the dumbest shit ever. Why did you need that? Why did you add that?
Why specifically? I can explain it.
Why did you add that?
Why?
Because she was the whole.
Does that specifically help?
I was gonna add. She was the whole package. So she was a feminist, anti-capitalist activist.
Oh, so that's the title.
Well, I think officially she said Leninist Marxist.
Nah,
that's what she called herself. But the point I'm making is this: I had this because what I said to her is, it's not the same. Like I wouldn't let another company do that, but I would let my own companies do it because that's how they make money.
and that is the dumbest shit to do.
No, that's not dumb.
That no, to me that is dumb because in the end,
No.
in the end, that Chinese company doesn't really need to have its own apps. It can get the data also from a Facebook or from a Meta or a Google or whatever. It's easier to have a TikTok or an application in that country to do it yourself. But if they want the data, they can get it. It's not that hard. You can get the data if you want. It's not that hard.
Yeah, but if I, as a world leader, boom, right, have these companies within my own country that take data and do some finesse shit.
Yeah.
I just pulled. You saw how they pulled up our boy Mark at the Congress.
Yeah.
Do you want to apologize to these? You are a horrible person. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Right. It's their fault. Corporation's fault. If I let the Chinese walk in here and do whatever they want, now it's my fault.
No, I get it.
Now it's my fault. Because why didn't you make a law that barred the foreign country?
But then,
simple politics.
But then you get into the politics sides, and normally I try to avoid that. We'll normally try to avoid it on here.
But it goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand. But what I mostly want to focus on here, and back to your point, is the EU does this better because they put actual guardrails. As annoying as cookie and all those banners and information are, and I only know part of this because I am working in an organization where we need to deal with all these data guardrails. They are actually doing pretty well with this.
It's working. It has worked.
They will circumvent it, obviously. But the one thing that the EU has shown is that they will keep putting new rules in to break those circumventions. And that is good. If you want to keep capitalism alive and have companies trade with each other and show that they are trying to improve, I feel that this is the way to go. Whether that is a good system or in general, you can have a conversation with the Marxist, Leninist, whatever.
Woman?
I dumped her.
Yeah.
Stop talking to her. You have to bring
The
it up.
the fact you were dating with her, it's also just.
How long were you dating her for?
Months.
Wow. Okay.
And that conversation came up, and you said, you delusional or something."
No, that wasn't
that
even
the
the one.
reason?
That wasn't even the one. That was later. There was a later other one.
There was another one.
That had nothing to do with that. She's just annoying at a certain point.
Okay. That was a whole tangent we didn't plan, but interesting. We can go into that
In the future,
Yeah, we will.
we should talk about that stuff more often.
There's way more parts to this. I think when later we talk about ChatGPT and stuff, this kind of will come back again.
Yeah.
Because I am really curious to what China's answer is going to be to that, and I know they have something.
I think they tried one and it fell on its face hard.
I think for me,
They tried to make a ChatGPT copy and it didn't. It was
really bad. Okay.
I think the reason why I feel
my theory. I have a theory on that. But
I
we
feel
can
like
get to that later.
I feel like it's more difficult
What's
for
your
them to do
theory?
it because of their language.
This is literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Language?
I think their language makes it harder for them to build something.
it's too subjective.
It's far more complex.
Yeah,
They would have to start from scratch to do it in their own language, not just copy.
yeah.
And their strategy for a long time with the tech business has been to copy what they do in the West. And I think this they can't just copy.
Honestly,
I think this they have to restart from scratch with their own logic and their own language. And then they would have to figure out a way to have it reason. Because if they also want to make money in the West, they have to figure out a way for it to reason in a way that would appeal to Western people.
You basically need to do double the work.
Right.
Yeah,
It's very difficult because that's the thing. The art, I know we're going on another tangent.
it's fine.
But we can go from this to the ChatGPT. We start with the ChatGPT topic, actually.
Yeah, but go on.
Go ahead.
The mastery of AI is to actually make it more human-like,
Yes.
right? Which,
Where you feel like the interaction
Is
you
like
have
with
with
a
the person. Yeah.
right? But then the question is, which person? What is a person like? What a person is like depends on the culture you're in.
Yeah.
Right? So you to mimic that, if you don't have the sort of the cultural nuance in AI, is going to be very hard to do. It's very funny where for a long time in tech, it almost meant that the culture didn't matter because it was just code.
Yes.
And now with AI, it actually matters very much. This was this Google scandal. A good example of this is the Google scandal with their Gemini, the first version of their Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
Where they tried to make it, because the fear by many people, the ethicists in tech, has been that AI becomes racist. So Google said, we're going to put in things, and it overcorrected. So now, show me a soldier in Nazi Germany, and it was an Asian woman.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's like but how can a computer have to understand that nuance?
Yeah.
And to have it understand that type of a nuance, if you're not of Western culture, is going to be very hard to do.
I don't know if this is a fair point to make, but I feel like a lot of tech, maybe most tech, would not be here if English language was not that simple.
Yeah.
I think a lot of tech, and especially AI, but also the smartphones and computers we have and all that kind of stuff, only exist because we have or we are using, the way we are speaking now is a relatively simple way of communicating. And because of that, it is simple to translate that into commands and go ahead with that. If you take,
we have a common language that
yes,
yeah, but if you think about, what do you think their keyboard looks like? If they're typing some shit.
Have you ever used an Asian language keyboard? Thai, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, one of them on your phone. It's a madness.
Well, riddle me this then, right?
For us,
for them it's easy.
But riddle me this then. If you have Google Translate, right? If I translate something from whatever language to Korean, Mandarin, whatever, right? Yeah. It does get translated to that language.
So there's a baseline.
Is there? Is it because it could be interpreted differently? Like the
yes.
Oh, okay.
That too. It can be interpreted differently. It's dedicated to translation. Also, and it's translating. That's very different than if I'm a Chinese company and I now want to make my version of ChatGPT that I want people to use in America.
Yeah.
Now you have to understand, like, what kind of questions are American, because it's not just translating. Then.
Yes.
Americans are going to ask it, how do I find a girlfriend? People are asking it stuff like this, or, hey, can you create a workout plan for me? Right? Like, or
the question is whether in those kind of countries, not even actually Asian countries, but also African, also South American, would they ask the same question? And in a lot of cases, it's a no. They maybe will not ask, hey, what is the best workout plan for me? They maybe will ask, like, hey, I'm trying to grow this banana. What is the best way to do that? That's not a question that a ChatGPT or those kind of platforms would expect. They can go online now and figure it out. But early on, they would not expect that question and not have an answer. So that is the difficulty in there. And another layer that gets added, also with African languages, is inflection. So the way you speak, if you go high or low, if you go more monotone or not, depends also on either your social standing or what you're actually saying. Like I know, for example, Chinese languages, if you go higher or lower, that can be a completely different word.
Things,
So they would struggle with a voice assistant for forever or a long time.
It's not designed to get there.
No.
They have to make their own. It's really what they have to make their own for their own language.
And I'm sure they're doing that. And
I'm sure I've heard they are doing that, but they have to make that for it.
But that's also a reason why I think like a ChatGPT will never be worldwide. That's also why I think it's so difficult for an AI to do more than one language. Like English always works, but when they go to French, it always sounds like.
Have you used ChatGPT in Dutch?
Yeah,
no,
it's not as good.
No,
but it's alright.
No, if you use it in both, like, you really see the difference. If you ask it a question in Dutch, it's not even near as good. The way it gives the answers, it's a big difference. It's okay. But it's a big difference.
And what's the answer? What do you ask? What is your input?
Just regular,
it'll be simple stuff, like just literally to send like an email or something.
That works.
Text.
It actually works.
It does, but when I compare it to when I use it in English, which I use a lot, you can just tell it's almost like it's a different model. Really. Yeah. It really, to me at least, is a very big difference, because the Dutch one it'll make sense grammatically and spelling. but it won't. It'll say things in a way that it sounds like someone who speaks English translated it to Dutch.
Okay.
Which is not how a Dutch person would say it directly.
So it's going to jumping through two hoops to get to the same place.
Exactly. Especially if you ask it to speak more informally also.
Yeah, okay.
Then it really gets, because in English it does that pretty well. It sort of gives you a sort of normal American English.
It understands English.
Oh, the nuances are exactly. Okay, I see what you mean.
If you're talking about an email that is very, very formal, just information, that's one thing. But if you're talking about, like, we talk to customers and give me a template or something that I could say to a customer.
Okay, so this is a customer. She's old. She's that and that age,
and do that
and make sure that the tone
as soon as you go to
is around that time.
If you do that in English, it'll be really good. If you do that in Dutch,
I tried.
You can use it. You can use it, but it's not. The quality is not the same.
Yeah,
the big difference.
It's not in one go.
It's
that's for sure.
It's actually kind.
No, you have to edit it. You have to edit a lot.
I've not tried it with ChatGPT, but earlier on with Google Translate, when I was in Japan or in Thailand or something, and you try to translate, people just laugh sometimes when you say, "Okay, this Google Translate translates this for me." You let them hear it. They just don't understand it. And I would assume that happens there as well when there's an extra layer or two that it needs to go through and it directly translates something over. Like, I'm sure that people don't understand it. The one thing that I'm realizing now, but I've thought slightly about it, it's actually a problem that the internet is fully English. Because if you want an AI eventually...
Depends on which internet you go to, but go ahead.
If you want an AI... the AIs now, to a big part... they're just grabbing data that is there and they're just grabbing whatever's on the internet. So the internet is like 90, 80, maybe 70% English. That's the only thing they will learn. They will learn certain languages, but somebody who has like a very underrated language and only speaks that, and it would ask an AI like that, they would not be able to use. So that's gonna be like a social.
And that what Jeff is explaining now is also explains why it's not as good in Dutch, because it doesn't have as much data to train on. And these large language models are as intelligent as the data that it's just more data. The better they get.
I like Facebook. I like Twitter. I like Instagram. All those kind of apps. But it's really a detriment actually to technology that Hives and we used Almeida for you way back.
You used it.
That all you used it as well. Like fucking
you used it.
But that those sites died, because if those sites were still up and people were still using
that,
we could
as a way.
because that's the perfect place to get informal Dutch speak that you can then use for an AI program or whatever like that, or just anything else. Like at some point you want to ask an AI a question that is not in English, because
local tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in whatever country and I need help. Translate shit for me, and if you cannot do that, you're useless. At that point, maybe I'll find somebody who can talk.
To be fair, its translation feature is pretty good.
It's decent for what it needs to do,
But it's more like the direct, for me, it's the direct usage in a different language. Where to me, in my experience, and I've seen a lot of people work, it's a big difference. It really is.
And then you need to realize that.
Like I've asked it things I've worked with people who say, I asked it something in Dutch, it's not giving me a good answer. I told them, you should ask in English. And then it gives you a very good, very thorough answer to what you need. Like, okay.
But the problem is that sometimes these people are they're proficient in English, but not to the point. Like, as much as we speak well English, we should understand that we are outliers in the Netherlands.
Yeah. True.
If a couple Dutch colleagues of mine speak well enough English, but the accent is so thick that, for example, Microsoft Teams, when we're in video calls and there's a transcription, that transcription cannot even figure out what the fuck they're saying. I understand it because I know their accent. But expect a ChatGPT to get that, they will not understand
English.
So it's just difficult.
Yeah,
it's just difficult. But I find that whole ChatGPT voice part very interesting. I was talking to you before we were recording. I feel like the text version, the typing version of all these AI things was stupid. I did not understand it. For me, it doesn't make sense. Like, I do not understand. For me, it does not make sense to write a prompt that way.
Skip to the future. Hear him out.
Because it is not intuitive for... When I think about technology, and this may be how I work, I think about, okay... No. It's just different.
Thank you for translating. I appreciate it.
I just think about it slightly different. But I think, okay, how is this going to help my mom? If I want my mom to be able to use it, typing long text prompts, very technical, does not work for her. And that's just as simple as it is. So when I think about that, okay, I don't see a use case that unless you are a pro user that can use it. And we have used it in that kind of way, and we're pro users to a degree in that way. That makes sense. But if you want to make it broad, what they are trying to do, text prompts is the most stupid way to do it, I feel. I know he disagrees.
Not entirely, but I see what you're saying. But
Yeah.
There's reasons for
What they did
things.
with 4.0 or 4.0, I don't know.
4.0.
Yeah,
4.0.
is brilliant, and it's probably the best update they have done up until now. Even better, maybe, than their video stuff. I feel like this is the first time I have the feeling like we're actually getting what Siri and Google Assistant were supposed to give us years ago. If this plugs into a couple other services like a food service or my home network, and I can control my lights and maybe get food delivered just by voice and smartly.
Yeah.
Basically, those AI pins and the Rabbit AI were just a little bit too early. If they waited like half a year and built on top of this, their products might have been way better than what they are now.
But
The
let's
rabbit
get,
shit
let's
is a
get
scam,
into,
by the way.
let's
Did you
get
see-
into
did
it.
you see
Yeah, I've seen.
But
Yes,
let's
it's-
get into it. Let's get into it. What is 4.0?
So, to a degree, and you have been using.
It's on the docket. We're gonna talk about it.
No. That's why I'm not. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like 4.0 is basically the same ChatGPT. 4.0 is the same ChatGPT. I think with some upgrades, obviously it can search the internet now. I think it could do that already with 3.
Could do that before. It could do that with 4.
But it now speaks in natural language to you, and you can speak in natural language to it. It just, what it basically does, and from what I've seen, it basically takes your voice input, puts that into a text input, which it then inputs into the program, and then it outputs something in text, and then outputs that also in a voice that is actually legible and natural sounding.
To add to that, though, there is a nuance because ChatGPT 4 also had a voice feature already.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. What they've done is they've advanced it.
Yeah.
Is the idea.
It sounds more natural.
It sounds more
Yeah.
natural. It understands you a lot better.
Yeah.
Is the idea, and also literally even when you're type the text as well, the reasoning that was the main point. The reasoning of it is a lot better, and I think you have also it can.
Not to get too
the
technical,
output
right?
has a lot more
Why?
information.
How is what is better?
let
how
me
can you notice it?
It already could remember stuff in row.
Oh, that was the big one. That was the big one.
But
Yeah.
it can connect multiple.
It can remember all of the conversations. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that before. It didn't do that before.
It could connect stuff. It could connect, like if you ask stuff in a row, it could connect it, but it
Right.
doesn't remember it as a.
A cohesive story.
Yeah.
Well, it goes even deeper because the way we use ChatGPT is you open a chat and you can open endless amount of chats.
Yeah,
So if you ask something within the same chat, it would remember it.
Yes.
exactly.
But if you ask something from a different chat, it can't do, and it would tell you I can't do that. Now it can. So if I ask you, hey, remember that thing I talked to you about 3 weeks ago? That was this and this. Could you remind me of it? Oh yeah, that was. It'll tell you the date. On this date, this time, you asked me this question, and this is the exact answer I give you.
Yeah.
So that brings it much more closer to a personal assistant.
This is why I say this is what
This is the
Siri
big-
and Google
This is
Assistant
the big
promised
step
us.
to where it can
Yeah.
literally remember your schedule. It can remember conversations you've had, and it can remember it intuitively. So if you don't remember at all, and you're like something about, I was reading something about anime last week somewhere. I don't know. Oh yeah, on this day you were reading about One Piece and this and this. And it'll know. And you asked me this, and I said this, and then you asked this, and then I said it'll tell you exactly.
And that
So it knows your whole.
that's
thing.
super cool.
That's a big difference.
Imagine somebody who has slightly horrible memory or whatever, or they just forget to do certain shit. When was the last time I took my medicine? And if you told it, or if there's an app that tracks it for you, they can figure out, okay, I can find in this app or in this conversation we had before that you used your medicine on this day. You probably should take it in these next couple of days. Blah. That's what I mean with when I look at these kind of stuff, and that's maybe because of the job or whatever. I'm looking for these kind of things, and I understand also fully. It's just cool. It's just fun. It's cool. It works. It is just great.
Talk to him. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the floor to you for now.
But I also look at like, okay, if this is happening, can it be linked to this kind of stuff? One of the first thoughts I had when I told you, Oliver, as well, this, when I saw that, I thought, okay, I want to connect this to my smart lights and my smart home and that kind of stuff.
And this is where I don't fuck with it.
Oh, why?
Because that's the first thing. Of all the things you could do with it, first of all, that, and then also, why would you?
I want to make like my first thing is I want to make it a proper assistant. So what you have seen the humane AI thing. Have you seen the humane AI things?
You've seen it.
The pin,
and then
but
you can project something.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've seen some of the videos. Yeah. They promise that if you have that AI pin and you have it on your chest, and with the Rabbit AI, if you have it in your hand, you can ask it like, "Hey, I want to buy something on Amazon. Can you go out and buy it for me and grab it? Or I want to have food. Can you go out and
on
look
a quick
it
side
for me?"
tangent, stuff like that makes me really angry that I'm poor. Because I look at shit like that, right? I've been really dealing with this lately.
How did you feel about the goggles though?
The Apple Vision?
Yeah.
No, I respect Apple.
Yeah.
There was that. There was another thing I read. Some of the stuff that people do to make money, and then I'm like, why am I here? Why do I have a job? I can just go put some bullshit product out.
Oh, okay, like that. Okay.
And make shit tons of money. You know how much money that rabbit shit made?
Yeah.
You know how much they made?
How much?
Couple billions.
It's 20 M's up already.
What?
Off sales. It's 20 M's up already off sales. It's a piece of fucking plastic that doesn't even work.
No.
We could have made that shit. We ain't here recording a podcast.
Hold up. Let me finish my
explain
point.
it to me though.
No, I'm fully with you. I'm fully with you. I'm fully with you.
Why am I going to work tomorrow?
I'm fully with you. One point to finish this off. What I was thinking is, with 4.0, I could actually do what they are promising. That's the first step towards that. But getting to Rabbit AI and Humane, those motherfuckers are the biggest scam artists ever.
Dude, did you watch the CoffeeZilla video?
I didn't watch it fully. I saw snippets.
What happened?
Bruv.
Tell them.
Different.
Tell them.
It's a lot, so I'm going to try to summarize it. So first of all, have you seen the Rabbit R1? It's a
let me grab it.
Small device.
Yeah.
Made of plastic that's supposed to have an AI in it. Yeah. I think it was $200.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And this is it. And basically it has this interface that you scroll through with the
roll thing.
It's not touchscreen.
Yeah.
So everything you scroll through, you have to go. You have to hold the thing on the side to talk to it.
Yeah.
Right.
The design of this thing is so dumb. So they have a touchscreen that you cannot use.
Yeah. If you go in a certain place, it does let you touch. But other than that, you don't have to touch. You have to scroll through the thing. Marcus Brownlee did the review. We don't have to do the review.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets deep. So now people have discussed how this thing is trash. Now CoffeeZilla, one of the biggest expose you YouTubers, he goes and looks into this thing. The people who started this are a company of people who released an NFT project in 2021. It's a crypto project. And that whole thing was a scam that they abandoned. That crypto project, they abandoned it. So one of those classic crypto projects where they made a lot of money and said, oh, we can't do it anymore. Moved on. Then they did this. This thing, they said, here's the key. They said that it had a large action model. Meaning that as opposed to a large language model where it generates text based on text prompts, this one can take actions on your behalf.
And then...
Yes, so as opposed to like, will you ask ChatGPT right now, hey, I want to send an email in Gmail, how do I do it? It can give you an instruction. It can't do it for you. Yeah. This one could literally go to your Gmail, open it, understand where the buttons are, click on the buttons, write an email.
That's what they said, at least.
It doesn't do that.
Oh, it doesn't.
It does not do that.
No.
It was never even built to do that. What it does is if you give it a text, it takes the text and then it uses something called Playwright, which is a tech. It's like if this then that or Zapier.
Okay.
It's one of those tools where you can connect different apps together with instructions and scripts with code, hard code, not AI. That understands that it should go and click on, it should go to open Spotify and then click on this button and do this. The problem with that is...
But if the button changed, what happens? Okay.
Then it doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then if you ask it order food from DoorDash, the DoorDash action is under maintenance. Go and do this, it's under maintenance. It's horrible. It doesn't understand where am I? Where do I find something in this area? A restaurant disgusting. In this area. Oh, in Austin, you can find this. This dude is in New York. Horrible.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
But the worst part of being horrible is that the stuff that they promised isn't even in the thing. And people, bro, they address this. You should see the statements. They told this dude to his face, yo, you're not an expert to talk about this topic. So if you're not going to, we're not going to take you serious. That's what the CEOs, they told him this. What they brought experts, computer experts on, right? They had a Discord. A lot of this happened. It was made in a Discord, by the way.
This coffee seller guy always does it in Discord and shit.
No, not him. The company.
Wait, what?
They had a Discord.
Yeah, okay.
They had a Discord where they were talking to people who reviewed it early. And one of the tech people that reviewed it early said, yo, if a website sets up or an app sets up a CAPTCHA, you know the CAPTCHAs you have to solve? What is it going to do? How is it going to understand? Because it's not AI, it's hard-coded. This bruv said, bruv, I don't work for you, I work for these other people. I don't need to listen to what you're telling me.
Wait,
Bruv, this dude is a different... Jesse Liu, the CEO, he is different. Disrespectful. Disrespectful with the scam. And I'm going to work tomorrow, though. Tomorrow I'm going to work. That's what I want to understand.
Bro.
I want to sit in an office.
Bro, we
No, but explain it to me.
I don't know.
It's just wild. I could have done this.
The thing is...
Nah, he might go to prison.
No, but your conscience.
What makes this worse...
Nah,
but your conscience.
I'm ducking prison.
No,
he might go to prison. No,
guys.
Just go sue him for it.
What makes this worse is that there's a couple investors that gave them millions.
They use some of the crypto money, though, is what they're saying.
Oh, but that's even sicker.
And he was supposed to pay them back, never paid them back. But that's deeper.
No, but there's investors that paid these two companies millions. Humane is trying to sell itself. It sold a device for like $800 plus a €20 per month subscription or something like that. And now it's saying, yo, buy us for 500 million.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, one day we will have a conversation about our boy Adam. Adam Newman, WeWork. He laid out a blueprint.
Bro.
I'm telling you, he laid out a blueprint. Got some bullshit company. Push up the valuation by pushing up the hype.
We were talking
and
about...
then sell it off.
No,
Good. Ain't no problem. That's it.
We were talking about Marques Brownlee, MKBHD on YouTube, and he reviewed he reviewed the R1, but he also said something towards the end that was very poignant and that I did not realize. I gave him full credit for that.
What did he say?
He said a lot of these companies are now just throwing products out. They're not finishing. Like a lot of these companies have gotten to the point where they don't finish products. They bring out.
Isn't that the philosophy of tech?
No. It was always
prototype, and then as you progress, as you get feedback, you can
what it always
the lean model. Yeah,
it was that, but it always was ship something finished. So
that's what y'all.
You need to have one minimum thing,
a minimum viable product.
The MVP and minimal viable product is destroyed. Like this is not a minimum viable product because it does not what it. Like, if you're going to ship this, be honest.
And then Adam Newman laid out the blueprint to show that you don't even have to build anything that is anything at all. It's all about valuation.
There's a couple people that's going to do that shit.
Valuation. And that's the one thing that Marques Brownlee didn't go into, but he's a tech guy.
But he said that.
That's not his job.
He alluded to that.
He alluded to it, but he's a tech guy. It's not his job. But the other part of his conversation is the venture capital firms that understand that, listen, I need to make money off of this. So if I get in early enough, right? Yes. And I get the next guy to buy it for a higher valuation. Why? Because it's getting more and more hype in the news. Yeah. Then eventually, all we need to get to is to the IPO. Because then what we do, basically, as a private firm, when we go to the IPO, we sell our stocks to the public, and then they can deal with it. Now, in a world where more and more people are getting into retail investing, the meme stock mania is back.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
So the name of the game of the tech companies is not make the product that sells the most. Make the product that you can do an IPO for or that you can sell to a bigger company that might not even want to buy your company because it's valuable, but because they want to get the competition out of the way.
So they're here to make fancy dreams. That's what they do.
They have to sell the shit off.
I should have known. Like I was looking at the R1 and thinking, oh, this is an interesting product. When they were throwing this orange, flashy teenage engineering design thing, we should have known. We should have known.
Shit is plastic.
When they said this shit was plastic and not metal, we should have known.
It's cheaper.
No, but this is.
Oh shit! I forgot the most important part. They said they had their own model. It's just open. It's ChatGPT that's in it.
I'm sure Humane does the same thing.
No, but they admitted. They said it. They didn't deny. They said it's ChatGPT. Humane said it's ChatGPT. Right? They said it's ChatGPT.
Yeah.
They said it wasn't, but it is.
Bro, I've seen like 3 others of these kind of things. Like one that was a clip round clip that was there. I saw one that was also like a little thing. One that looked like a pocket watch. They be throwing these shits out.
Bruh, I start the shit up. I get some private equity investors that are going on the AI boom to invest in it. The valuation game is also fucked up because if one person buys a 10% of your company for $1 million, your company is now technically worth $10 million. This is sort of, it's not exactly, that's sort of the game. Right?
That's sort of the game,
yeah. So then multiply that out.
So when the next person comes and grabs the 10%, they need to
that's the logic they're using, right, with this stuff. So then, okay, when I have that, now what can I do? I go to the bank, Adam Newman. I go to the bank. Yo, I want to borrow money. Okay, what are you putting up as a deposit? Well, I'm putting up shares in my company. How
that is valued at 10.
My company's valued at $10 million because this is literally what he did to it. This is literally what he did. He married the right woman who had rich friends.
100%.
And got the first dude who invested in it was via friends, literally. And then boom, valuations there. Now the valuation is that high. What do all the tech nerds like to do? This company's value has a valuation of this much, and then it goes in the news. Now people feel like they're missing out on the hype. Now they want to get in earlier. It's one community. They all talk to each other. Oh, he invested into it? Then I got to invest into it because he beat me on the last one, so I want to meet him this time. And then it just spirals. Spirals get big enough, right? All you need to do is to get the SEC to agree to it. Well, they solved that. Fucking Chamat, I forget his name. It was Chamat, who used to work at Facebook. You know him. Chamat, with a difficult name. He brought the blueprint of the SPAC companies.
Oh, spec. Yeah.
Spec. So you couldn't get through to an IPO that easily. Then he brought SPAC in. Spec, so now you put them together, and then now you can pass the SEC ruling. That's what they did with WeWork.
Yep.
And then boom, put it out.
Yeah.
Right? I bought the money I borrowed. I pay it off of the shares that I own. The shares that I own, I could sell them off to other people. Right?
And I got,
Bank, y'all want to sell it for me? I need to get out? Cool. Y'all want me to leave?
Controversy.
Buy it from me.
Yeah.
Y'all want me to leave as CEO? It's cool. All right. You buy it from me. Now,
which is sick.
Because it's mine. You buy it from me and you pay me to leave. Mm-hmm. You pay me. You give me a bonus. Because I own it. Right? Mm-hmm. And I was running it and I know how it works. And then you leave off $1 billion clean. $1 billion clean.
And then you try to do it all again.
But, yeah. Then go get another 300
million. Right? He's trying to come back, right?
He's trying to come back.
Yeah.
Because listen.
He did something else.
Yeah.
And he did this almost the same thing with that. And now he's trying to. Yeah, no. All this, it goes back to what we were talking before.
If you want to be rich in this world, man, you have to know how to play the money game. That's as simple as it is. All that other shit is.
This is just an
you have to know how to
elaborate
play
scam.
The chess game.
Like last year, I went to the Next Web, a conference. The amount of shitty bullshit that has AI in its name. I saw a random ass company saying, "Yeah, we can change farming with AI." What do? We have a website.
Which you can, in theory, but go ahead.
No, you have a website. How do you change farming with AI with a website?
Not with a website.
With a website.
But what do they want to do exactly?
We can give you information about how your cows are doing and that kind of stuff, like blah, blah, blah. No, nothing that measures the cows, anything or anything. No, nothing you put in your field so it can measure anything. Just we have a website, input your information, we output information, and then you can use that for your farm. The fuck are you going to do with that? No, a lot of these companies are just getting money thrown at them for nothing.
Because it's a boom. It's a boom. Because listen, the ChatGPT thing, I remember where I was. For real. Like, I remember being home on Twitter. Sam Altman posts, yo, we got this new thing, ChatGPT. And Sam Altman is a G. I will give him that. He's not perfect.
He's also weird, though.
He's not perfect, but he's a G. Because he just goes, yo, we put this new thing. I'll check it out when you have time. That's it. And then people just start posting, yo, this thing is what is this? And it's just viral, and it just breaks the fucking internet. Boom, $10 billion valuation for something that was a non-profit at first.
But that is
like, I'm telling y'all, man.
I find it weird. I find it weird. If you see that and see what they do,
the same thing.
Why you not do that?
Do what?
Why you not finish a product, put it online for free, have people actually excited about it properly, not some weird, stupid device, but have an actual product that's finished.
Depends on what your intention is, right?
Fair. If you want to
Plus, I ain't homies with Elon Musk and them. Sam Altman is a different dude. You have to.
Sam is actually smart, and he knows how to do shit.
It's not about even smart.
No.
It's connected.
Multi-millionaire, probably almost already a billionaire at the time that this was being done.
I'm a
Silicon Valley veteran. Come on now.
I'm
one of the most powerful people in Silicon Valley.
Sam Liu is also smart, but in a different way.
Sam who?
Sam Liu, the rabbit guy. He's also smart.
Oh no, his name is Jesse or something.
Jesse Lee. Oh, Jesse Lee. I think. He's also smart in a different way.
In a different way.
In a very different way. But he's also smart.
Mm.
I'm gonna give him that. I respect his game.
Bro, you should have seen. Bro. When they show some of the clips of him talking about this shit, I'm just like, bro. He literally says, and then he says in the statements, "We never said it was this," and then he just pulls a video. He literally saying, "You said that it was a live action model that did its own thing and and you said that," and then he's just nah.
Yo, and even after that, he'll deny.
He just straight up denied it.
I think on Twitter he's denying it still or something. The funny thing to me is
I'm not built out. I need to get to that level.
The funny thing for me is that this all started with the NFT. The NFT boom will fuck up a lot of people. Like the fact that we had this NFT boom and a lot of people got money.
Bruv, they did the NFT thing. We're promising. I think it was called. He says it in the video what the project was called. Something Gamma or something like that.
Yeah, Gamma something.
But anyways, they made money off that. Right?
Wasn't it after like a little
Gamma? I think it was Gamma. Yeah.
Gamma.
Yeah. They promised coins, all this other shit that they were never.
They never released the coin.
And they never released the coin. And then he said, "We never promised that we'll release the coin." And then they showed a video of him literally promising that they'll make a coin. This dude is built different.
Nah.
And then but this is my thing. So you do all of that. This is public record, and you were still able to secure another several million to start the new company.
Bro,
and I tell you,
changed the name of the company they were doing this under and just went ahead.
He didn't change his own name.
No.
He didn't change his own name.
No,
I'm telling you, if Sam Bankman-Fried comes out of prison right now and says, "Yo, I'm starting a new thing," he'll clear a couple million in finance easily. Because the name of the game is what? Is it a good person? It's not. Is he gonna make the best product? Can you make me? Can you play the game?
Yeah.
Can you move this to the end of the road? And when we get it to the IPO and we sell it off to the public, we're out. We're clear.
Which is wild to me.
Because the X's that it's gonna be, you don't even need to sell off all your shares. Because of how much higher the price will be by that time. If you sell off even just a bit, it'll cover your whole input and then some. And then in case somehow it works out 10, 20 years, you hold some. Just in case somehow, if it still goes.
You hold a 5%. Just in case.
This dude's just fucking
wild.
Flipping this shit like it's meme coins.
That's literally what they do.
That's what they do.
It's just memes. It's just memes.
Not that different.
It's just memes. Just whatever you do, I'm gonna take 15. I'll sell like 10. I'm gonna keep like a good 2, whatever. No, it's wild.
Build a product, hype it up, get investors to fund it. That you borrow money against. Now, if you play around too much, they're coming for more though. They're getting more aggressive.
Yeah,
the government is catching on.
Yeah,
because they took that boy Nicola from the Nicola company. Remember the EV trucks?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
That CEO. Yeah. Or they locked. They shit. They lined him up. 40 years, I think.
Yeah, but
nigga crying. I didn't mean to do. No, we ain't trying to hear none of that.
What happened to him?
They put him in prison.
I know. But what happened to him?
The claim was investor fraud. Mm-hmm. So that, and I'm trying to remember the exact details, but they had this company. It was basically supposed to be the trucks for Tesla, the truck version of Tesla, right? Which is a brilliant idea, actually.
If you can,
I think it makes a lot of sense. If you can do it, right? I think in the end, it turned out that the company wasn't viable in terms of the cost profit margin relationship. In the sense that it would cost a lot of money to do that with trucks and also the constantly energy.
But Tesla had the same problem at the beginning.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember exact details.
They probably didn't show that they were smart enough or didn't have a prototype that was well enough.
I think they did have some out there, but I think it also went into using some of the funds in unscrupulous ways. That's also what it goes into. Right?
Parties and shit.
Yeah, it's not just.
That's always what gets them. It's always. I don't
know exactly what he did, but he's in prison. Like he's done. This is not like he's finished.
It's it's always the parties, or they get women, or they get drugs, or they do something dumb. That's always what gets them. They always do a little bit too much because that's the stories out of Silicon Valley. Yeah, we party, we do blah 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 blah. We have hookers everywhere, blah blah blah. And then they get fucked.
Dude,
what?
Did y'all hear? Slight side tangent, but at the same time, it's not. Did y'all hear? So you guys have heard of Robert F. Kennedy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
I think
the candidate, his vice presidential candidate, this lady.
Yeah. Who's this lady? What's her name?
This lady is none other than. Hold on. This lady is none other than Sergey Brin's ex-wife.
Wait, what?
Sergey Brin, founder of Google.
They're running together?
Yep. And she divorced him after allegedly cheating on him with Elon Musk. You remember the story when that came out? But if you read this woman's story of first being married to a tech investor, supposed to marry him, starts dating the founder of Google before
all of that.
No, while she's supposed to marry the dude, she starts dating him. The tech investor dude they get married even. He calls off the marriage on annulment, right? To then, because she cheated. And then she gets with the Google founder, and then she cheats on him, allegedly, with Elon Musk. And then from there now is the vice presidential candidate of Robert F. Kennedy.
Wow. But she's dating. What are we doing? Like, not to even feed into this, but I mean,
crazy story. Because to go into his party thing and like how they now, because the idea that what they said is that she was able to get a lot of connections in Silicon Valley because she was also an entrepreneur, and she was able to get these connections by meeting these dudes.
That is wild.
Through dating them, which people are
and now
really
you're
like,
presidential candidate
because she's angry. She's like, oh, I did it off my academic work and my ability to, bruv. Hold on,
it's not a good look. Like, how am I going to trust that you actually did off your married when this is your history and alleged history? That is wild.
Crazy. The point being that, there's some shit that goes on in the Silicon
we talk about a lot about. We have talked before about rappers dating the same women.
The same women.
The tech people also know how to do this.
That's where I was going with this.
The tech people also know how to do this. They also keep the same kind of people around constantly. I don't know why they do it. Again, same thing.
Front runner. What are we talking?
Nicole Shanahan is her name.
And what is she to him?
She's the vice president candidate because he's running for president. He's her vice president, vice presidential candidate.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna say too much about this because otherwise we will get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
I can talk after podcast. We can talk about this.
Right.
I
think this is the article I read. Yeah.
Go ahead.
A lawyer who was married to Sergey Brin, a Google founder, led a rarefied and sometimes turbulent life in Silicon Valley, according to a Times examination. He got her. Instead, Mr. Kennedy made a surprise pick, a woman and little-known figure. Yeah, here. Miss Shanahan, 30 years old, a one-time Silicon Valley lawyer. 38. Has never held a public office and has scant name recognition, but she was selected after Mr. Rogers fell through. She has a fortune of more than $1 billion that stems largely from her divorce settlement last year with Sergey Brin, a founder of Google, whose net worth exceeds $145 billion. 3 people with knowledge of their finances said during their 5-year marriage, Miss Shanahan partied with Silicon Valley's elite and used recreational drugs, allegedly, including cocaine, ketamine, and psychedelic mushrooms. Allegedly, according to 8 people, not according to us, according to 8 people and documents reviewed by the New York Times, Miss Shanahan and Mr. Brin separated after she had a sexual encounter with Elon Musk in 2021, 3 people said. This is after she left her previous dude who was a tech investor, also rich, right? Because she cheated on him with the guy that Sergey Brin, who she didn't get married to.
Just like rappers have a prototype they go for, these tech people also have.
Are you going to put her face on the screen?
No.
Because we don't want that problem.
No. Nobody's going to see this shit.
I'm going to send y'all this in the chat. Y'all should read this article. This article is...
Send it in the chat.
Rev, this article is different. Power to her, though. I'm all for it. The future's female.
Oh, do your thing. Do your thing. Wow. She made a Billy.
Hey, this boy's going to be stupid.
She made a Billy.
Bruv.
Wow.
No.
I fully support this. Get your Billy.
Bruv.
Fleece these motherfuckers.
You took the girl from some other dude.
Ooh.
When she was gonna get married to this other dude. He met her at a yoga festival.
Yoga festival. There are yoga festivals?
Bruv.
So, listen. All I'm
No. Wait.
I'm saying
I took the girl from you.
She was never she was never your girl.
Yeah, all right.
It was literally just.
Oh
your
no,
time.
but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
She was never.
She
your
got
girl.
what she needed.
But if you listen, she got married to the dude, divorced him, and because of me.
Yeah.
How am I now gonna marry you? I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
You managed to do this twice.
Yeah.
You like to level up, but you know what it is at that level? Is like, okay, I took the girl from this dude. He a little tech investor. I'm Sergey Brin. Ain't no level above me. That's what he thought, though. That's what he thought. Ain't no level above me.
I'm Mr. Google.
That's not. Where do you go from here? She figured it out, though.
Oh, yo.
She figured it out, though. She found a way. Yeah. She found a way. Yo, this is great. Stuff like that just makes me laugh. But to bring it, that was a slight side for what he was saying with the parties. So they mention it. And that's how she met.
This is what they do.
That's how she met all these people, though.
This is what they do. It's honestly, it's nothing different from what we were talking about in the hip hop music scene. They do the same. They have the same tendencies. They do the same kind of drugs. They all choose one prototype of person that they want to fuck around with.
Cat Williams, they all have wives that look like each other.
Same thing.
Cat Williams was saying. They all have wives that look exactly the same.
I want to say more, but I'm not going to say more because otherwise we'll get in trouble. But it's the same thing.
See, the only one I respect is my boy Jeff Bezos.
What about him?
He went and did it different.
He did it different, Jeff.
No. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean?
He did it different.
No, okay, so first
no,
off,
he didn't do it different.
He
He did the same thing. Actually.
He did it even worse because I think he was playing with fire. Like he wanted to get caught. Wasn't it the guy? Wasn't the guy or
no,
the woman?
Was he the one? Was he the one who had to pay his wife?
Yeah,
he didn't do different.
No, the guy that found out, at least the husband of the woman he was cheating with, was an FBI agent. So you want to get caught?
Nah, I'm Bezos.
Nah, you want to get caught. You want to get caught.
I sell you your toilet paper.
You want to get caught.
No, I think at that level, there's definitely a level. And look, Sergey's still chilling. That's the thing. Like, I lose 1 billion out of the 100 billion, whatever.
I have 500.
What type of prenup?
And those people don't even have those.
The type of prenup that let her walk away with $1 billion, I can tell you that. Is that type of prenup.
And you need to remember, these are not the type of people that will just buy cars and they have their toys, but they will just be chilling at home on a computer again. Sergey is still doing AI. He's back at Google's writing AI code and shit. Both of the Google founders are back at Google. They have their money still. That 300 billion that he has or whatever amount you said, he still has that. He's not really using that like that. So that 1 billion, keep it. I got my 34, 50, 100 billion still there.
Crazy. Silicon Valley vibes.
Let's go to the. Yeah.
Do you want to ask ChatGPT why she changed her voice?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Yeah, let's wrap up.
So first, I think we have to tell the story of the voice changing.
Well, when did it happen? Like a few days ago, I saw this article.
About a week or so ago.
A week ago. Okay, so a week ago, I saw this article, and I saw that Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow, you can know her from other movies, but a more recent one was Black Widow, was suing ChatGPT for using her name or her voice.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you were saying something before the podcast that she informed or asked them, or ChatGPT asked Scarlett if they could use her voice. She said no. Yes. Right before the launch, they asked her again, and she rejected the offer. Right?
Has she spoken out about this herself? Has she really confirmed that this happened herself?
Yes.
Wow. I missed that.
And now the article came out. She's suing ChatGPT.
I don't know.
I think she was going to.
Yeah.
They changed it now.
So the thing with Scarlett Johansson that is interesting is that she's not scared to sue. She sued Disney for something related to Marvel, and it was also like
Black Widow.
It was a Black Widow. I don't know. It was minor.
That's the only thing she's.
But I don't know exactly what for.
I think it might have been either Black Widow or using her likeness in AI style or whatever like that. Something tech related, but. That all to say, she's not, and she won her sue against Disney. But all to say, she's not scared or afraid or opposed to suing these kind of companies and doing what she needs to win. So that is interesting to me. But in general, yes, like you guys said, she got asked early on, like, hey, we're doing something with a voice assistant, voice AI thing. We would like to use your voice. She thought about it and said no. And then towards a couple of days, or I think even a couple hours before it went live, I don't know exactly, but we can look that up in a bit. She was asked again, and she said nah, yet again. And then they came out with something that sounded very similar to her, but was not her.
But sounds
Speaking
pretty
of
much
her,
exactly like her in the movie.
Yeah, speaking of her, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so a lot of people were when OpenAI did the live stream where they demonstrated all the new features
Yeah.
that went viral. The people noted that the thing was particularly flirty,
Very much
very
like her.
flirty.
Yeah.
And the voice was very similar to the voice the Scarlett Johansson has in the movie Her, which is just her voice, but okay, it's a recording and it's slightly off.
Yeah.
Right, so if you know the movie Her, the new movie Her is a movie where a guy falls in love with an AI, basically. And you sort of see the challenges of what happened with that.
That's one thing. Maybe we should not spend too long on this, but that's one thing that's interesting about Sam Altman. He's a weirdo when it comes to that shit. He likes referencing these AI movies and AI shit, and I don't know if that's smart.
Tech boys think different.
But it makes sense.
Their psychology is different.
He was talking about The Matrix and Terminator. Those movies don't show AI in the brightest of light.
He doesn't see that.
He sees
that.
this is the kind of technology we want.
But you can choose to stay away from that like as much as you can, but I mean you can just also lean into it.
This man is literally on X like saying yes. When that voice 40 was released, he tweeted 3 letters, her. The lady said she didn't want you to use it.
Yeah, but then what they did is they made it slightly different as voice, and they gave it the same flirty sort of vibe, which they knew that all the tech nerdy bros would love. They did this because they know who's listening.
And then you make it her. There's a point. There's a point of this one.
So they suspended the voice. They changed the voice. Now we're going to ask ChatGPT. Let me see if I can find the voice settings here, just to be clear. ChatGPT
yeah.
There's these settings where you can pick what voice.
By the way, what does the O stand for?
No idea.
Okay, so it has these settings where you can pick the voice that it uses. I used to have the voice setting called Sky, which that was the Scarlett Johansson one. See, that one is no longer there.
Yeah, okay, Breeze,
it's just not there.
Cove, Ember, and Juniper.
They changed it to what for you?
Yeah, so when you see, it says Sky still.
Yeah.
But that's from when it was before. You see that?
Yeah.
But when I click on it, that no longer exists as an option.
Okay.
So they've just changed it. So if I go and now ask it, this is 4-0. 4-0, not 0.
And which voice did you choose? Amber.
I left it on the same one that it's supposed. It's supposed to still be her.
This is automatic.
It automatically did. So
okay, the default option.
Yeah, let's see.
Takes a second to.
Yeah, that's to
load.
Hey, your voice seems different than it was about a week ago. Could you explain why?
Hey, the difference you noticed is probably because of the updates and improvements made to the system. These updates can refine how I communicate, making my responses clearer and more conversational. Anything specific you've noticed that seems different?
Well, the difference seems to be your actual voice. So the information you give out is still the same. The manner of speech is not that different. It's literally the voice itself. Like, how would changing the voice itself make your explanations any better or more detailed or make it easier to understand what it is you're trying to communicate?
Changing the voice can impact how information is perceived and understood. A clearer, more pleasant voice can make listening easier and reduce distractions, helping you focus on the content. It can also convey tone and emotion better, making the conversation feel more natural and engaging.
Okay. So you're telling me it has nothing to do with the fact that you stole Scarlett Johansson's voice and you were using Scarlett Johansson's voice at first. That has nothing to do with it.
It's thinking.
It just said nah. He responded something?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
That's
Nah.
what.
What? No. Wait, what bothers me about that second answer is they changed it to a black woman's voice. And that is weird.
Now we have to be careful.
That is weird. It's weird.
Voices don't have a race, Jeff.
It sounds like it is somebody.
The manner of speech
feels like
seems to have a particular.
And then you give that answer
to it.
They give that answer of pleasantness, and then
It seems to have a rhythm to it that sounds similar to that of what we would associate with an African American woman. Yes, I heard it too.
Y'all, okay. Let's move on.
Listen, I already pissed off the Chinese. I'm not going crazy like you want to go crazy. I pissed off the Chinese. I pissed off the feminists with that whole segment.
Yeah, but you didn't need to do that. That was your own problem. That
it was super necessary.
But you tried though.
She really pissed you off
with this one. The Scarlet thing, you tried, man.
Let's get. This is not the nicest of topics, but let's get into the fucking diddler.
Let's do it.
Who?
You know. Let's do it. Let's go. Do we want to watch any of the videos again? Do we need to? Is it necessary?
Is there any? What? Are there more videos?
No, but
there's one
do we need to
video.
watch any of them again?
I don't know if we should. I first of all, let's talk about what happened. CNN obtained
footage.
obtained footage.
Someone sold it to them.
The way you say obtained, my guy. Like, listen.
Yeah, we need to.
Obtained.
Yeah, they obtained footage of Diddy doing some heinous acts to women in a hotel that has later been
a woman is later
Cassie.
that has been identified to be Cassie. I'm going about this very
Cassie Ventura.
Yeah.
Yes. We're not gonna show the video. I have it here, but that shit is foul. So
I don't need to watch that.
We want to protect our peace. So we're not going to show that, but it has it is crazy to see something like that actually in footage. Like, it's not like I was there, but it looks like, it feels like shit. This is real. Oliver told us before to talk about this. At that point I said I don't want to talk about this because it just doesn't feel.
I told y'all he did this shit.
Yeah,
I told y'all he did.
No, but
this
you're
shit.
right.
I believed he did.
You were right.
Yeah.
Right.
You were right, and I felt you were right.
100%.
What I told you before, I'm going to say it here again. I felt like it was right, but it didn't feel right until I saw something. And it's not important to this situation. What doesn't help is that there's a plethora of shit that he's being accused for. This video makes all that shit hella plausible and, to me, basically undeniable in most of our minds. Like, you did this. You dragged a person. You kicked a person in the face. A woman in the face.
That's important.
Yeah, let's be clear. You kicked a woman in the face, which is disgusting. Then you decided, get back in the room. I'm going to drag you through a long-ass hallway. And the way she reacted made it seem like this was not the first time.
No.
Which is
this was someone
insane.
This was clearly someone who's been beaten before, who just knows the drill.
The fact, the way she was running out of the room to begin with, trying to wait for
she was leaving to get away from him.
She looked
was
like
asleep. See, this is the thing. When the whole statement came out, a bunch of stuff came out. She told the whole story, and I remember reading it, and I believed it immediately.
Can you go to the statement from what you remember?
She detailed.
Oh, you had a lot of information.
Yeah,
there.
it was.
True.
She detailed how he beat her, but she detailed all the different times, specific times that he beat her, times that he sexually assaulted her. Right, her dating Kid Cudi, him getting jealous, him blowing up Kid Cudi's car, which a spokesperson for Kid Cudi then confirmed. Him, and then I don't want to go into. It's really heinous stuff, so I don't want to go into all details. But that scene at the hotel was also in that description. And when you watch the video, it's exactly like she said it. She was in the hallway. He was asleep. She was trying to leave before he woke up, get away. She went into the hallway. Like exactly how she explained is what you see to a T. That he threw the vase and everything. So my whole thing when I read this stuff the first time around was just like, to me, the fact that it was so absurd is what made it believable. I was like,
Why?
because I was like, if you're doing it just for money,
yeah.
if you're gonna do this for money, and we've seen, and even if it's not for money, but we've heard these stories from women before, it's mostly just like the typical stuff. Oh, he touched me, which could also be true and is also foul. This was so absurd. I was like, she's not making this up.
You mean so absurd?
Why would you make this up? So absurd and so detailed.
Yeah.
Why would you make this up? I don't think she's making this up.
And we see that she's not making this up.
I don't think she's making this up. And a lot of people that could have said that's bullshit, said nothing. That was the big one.
The fucked up
Everyone
thing,
was quiet.
The
Everyone
fucked up
was
thing
like,
for me in this, the most fucked up thing for me in this is that we had to see.
I believed it.
For me, I had to see. Like, I knew that he was fucked, and I knew that he did foul shit. I just couldn't believe that a person would do something like that.
I saw that video of him on Drink Champs. Told me enough.
What do you mean the one he was?
The video where he's asking Fabulous to party with him.
He showed us.
Freaky boy. I know you a freaky boy.
No, but I thought maybe
he's a freaky boy.
Hey, we have heard the stories about rappers. We're not in America, but we even here in the Netherlands, we have heard some stories about rappers doing some bullshit. We've heard of them.
Not like this.
That's what I'm trying to say. We've heard the stories, but not like this. So I thought, okay, somebody's maybe exaggerating a little bit. Maybe he did some I know he did some fucked up shit. I thought maybe somebody is exaggerating a little bit. Maybe it's not as bad. Let's hope. Nah, dude is a menace. Dude is a creep. Is a fucking this is wild. I believe every word
because the part that I haven't seen as many people talk about is that I'm old enough to remember Cassie.
Yes.
Right? Me and You. I think that's the name of the song, right?
Everything.
Massive. Hold on, though. Massive hit. Can you look up the name of the song again? I want to say Me and You, right? Yeah. Massive hit. She was supposed to be the next Rihanna. I think she came after Rihanna, if I'm not incorrect, right?
Around the same time, I think, yeah.
The look, the sound, the ability to dance, super. That song was a massive hit. Yeah. Super talented, a lot of potential. Then it just sort of, what happened? It just sort of disappears, but not in the same way what you see with other artists. She just starts dating Diddy, and instead of becoming a superstar, she just becomes Diddy's girlfriend. I always thought that was weird. Always. I never understood. Always thought that was weird. And when this came out, it explained it to me. When I came out, I said, oh, that's what happened.
It is weird. Like if you look,
it made no sense.
I pulled up the Cassie, Me and You Wikipedia. If you look at who worked on this, Ryan Leslie at that time,
because she was with him. Dating. She was with Ryan Leslie.
Yeah, but Ryan Leslie at that time, anything he touched was magic. If he did this song for you, he did a bunch of songs for you. That album, I don't remember it fully, but I think the album was pretty good. Maybe a re-listen, but I know that shit was good. She was, like you say,
she was popping. She was on her way. She was on her way.
She was on her way. She was it.
So the thing is, around that time, it didn't matter if you had a complete album. If you had one hit song,
yeah, this is different. When does it come out? This is early 2000s.
No. In that time also,
different era.
If you, there was also an album era. You're right. You need to have a song, but it was also in that time people still released albums that were actually good. So I'm sure that if we listen back to this shit will be good. And there were probably multiple hits from that shit.
There's no microwave in there at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is not microwave. It's a different. And she was big. She was big for a minute.
Yeah.
She was big. She was a big name. There was a lot of promise around her.
Like even her hair. The whole thing,
there was a lot of promise around her.
And then you drop only one album.
And then she just went from that to being Diddy's, and no one got it. Why is there no music? Because the idea was, okay, now she did. Now she's going to go even further. Why did no music come out? No album. There was never an explanation that made any sense. When this came out, I said, this is the only explanation that makes sense to me. Now I get it. This
and it's super sad.
You've been held hostage.
Okay.
You've been held hostage by this dude.
Which is so sad.
You're being held hostage with you who keeps telling you he's going to do something for your career, He doesn't want you to become popular. He doesn't want you to become big. Because if you do, how is he going to hide that he's doing this shit? So he wants to keep you under his control, and he's doing this foul shit.
At the same time, this man is making bands left and right. He's making the band with all these rappers. Yeah. He's doing the Danny Decane, where he does some other fuck shit. And that we heard those stories from Danny Decane as well.
Yeah.
They've been saying it,
yeah.
like, yeah, it's just
Wow.
what
I believe that
this video, the video of I just don't want to say that. It just feels wrong to say that Cassie is in the video because then it becomes about that. But the video where he beats her up, that's already like top tier disgusting. Then this man, was it the next day, the same day? The next day,
the apology.
He put something on Instagram that is, we can play that actually, but
play it.
That we can play.
That is equally or
is that headphones or no?
Yeah,
we can play that. Apology. I mean, let's do functions differently. He buzzing, but it's
alright. To reflect on the darkest times in your life, sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up.
Even take a shower first.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses.
He's not even sober.
My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. Disgusted.
The look away.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help.
This is where it pisses me off the most.
I had to go into therapy.
Oh, okay, dude. You know what?
Rehab.
How about you go fuck yourself? How about that?
Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Don't bring God into it. Don't bring God into it. God ain't got nothing to do with this.
No, nothing.
This is all you, buddy.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, get out of my face, dude. She had to get out.
To be a better man each and every day.
She had to strong arm. This shit just be pissing me off. She had to strong arm you for 30 M's. I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of my fucking face, dude. If she never came out and said something, is he gonna be sorry? Would he have come out and said he was sick? Get the fuck out of here.
No. This is this is
what this dude. Put this dude in prison, please.
This is the most infuriating thing because in all this, there's one person that actually needs an apology. Fuck everybody else. Why is this online? Why are you not talking to her?
PR. Not talking to her. I paid her off. Probably should stay away from her.
And that's the thing. This apology. The one thing that I realized when seeing this apology, this was not for her. This is not him actually atoning. This is a way for the people who want to defend him to have something to say.
Which is like nobody at this point. Except for the most. I've seen some.
But they're quiet though.
No, there are people.
But they're quiet.
I've seen some toxic.
I've
seen some of those really fucked up dudes who are trying to defend this, but they're having a hard time. Because see what the video does. Because this man, for those who don't know, is being accused of. It's like he opened up a law book and said, "Let me do every crime, all of them." Right? Like he's being accused of drugs.
Yeah, but he has
sex trafficking,
long
mail
life,
fraud,
long life in the
human
industry.
trafficking. There's attempted murder somewhere in there. He shot somebody. There's all sorts of wild shit. Right? So
yeah.
My thing with this is that.
But it's only logical. Like
when you see what the video does, it sort of tells us like, okay, if this is true, why would any of the other things not be true? It was one thing. Listen, when the feds pull up to his house, I said, "Yo, feds don't play games." It was Homeland. It was Homeland Security and everything. They don't play games, right? For them to raid your house. It means a judge had to give them permission to do it.
And he saw something.
Just do that.
The
for
judge
free.
saw something.
The judge said, "Oh, you got this on him? Oh yeah,
you got something.
Take him.
So they're building a case. They might have seen the video already. That's what some people are saying is 100%. That the feds been seeing the video. They knew already, right? They already seen that, and they've seen other stuff that we don't even know yet. Is what people they already know. But what the video does is it breaks it. It's the character testimony. Yeah. Right? It's the character testimony of like, are you this kind of person?
Are you this evil? Are you this?
This is the thing in the court where they go, well, would he do something like that? Well, let's see. Oh, well, look, we know you. If you did this, why would you do any of the other things?
Yeah.
The annoying thing is, if this came out like this, what else is that? What is he actually being put on trial for?
I believe all of it. I believe he did all that shit.
Oh, yeah,
there's pictures of a lot of shit too.
Of course,
there's pictures of a lot of shit too. By the way, the girls.
But of course, you'll pick the most heinous crime.
Yeah.
And
if this is, yeah.
For the character testimony, yes, but for putting him in prison as long as possible,
Yes,
I think they're going to
exactly.
build a case.
Of course, with multiple stuff, but I
where
mean,
the sex trafficking is going to be a big part of it as well.
could be. But I mean, you have to be strategic about it. Like, what do you actually like? What evidence do you have, and what can
we
we
put
pin
him in
on
prison
him?
for? Yeah,
Exactly.
But that's the science to do it right now. Like which one? Because it's a balance between what can we get on him that'll put him away as long as possible. What can we also actually get?
Yeah.
And right now they're doing the science on that for sure. He's done. He gonna have to go to Bali.
He is.
Oh, he in Bali already?
Yeah, with Russell.
Oh, he ain't in Bali yet. I heard he ain't in Bali yet.
Bro,
Where is this? This looks
It's
Bali.
not America, but it's not Bali.
It looks like Bali though.
It looks like Bali, but it's not Bali yet.
He's probably in Mexico or something
I don't think
close.
he's allowed to leave yet. To be fair,
But he's probably.
He's not in the US.
listen, man. People are gonna hate what I'm gonna say, but if I'm a judge,
What are you saying?
if I'm a judge or attorney general or whatever, I'm turning this dude into an example. That's what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
If I'm a judge and I'm looking at this, or I'm an attorney general, I'm like, we're gonna put the extra sauce on him. We're gonna make it very clear.
My thing with this is,
because it's like no, for real, I would because you have to because there's also just a level of the stuff with the helicopter and there's a level and this apology and then I deny everything.
It's blatant.
There's just a blatant disrespect also that's coming with this, and then with the people that still want to defend him, I'd be like, no, we need to send a message that if you want to do this type of shit, no, you gonna suffer for real. That's what I would do.
There's a specific anger I have with this, which I told you before is if he was, there's a network around him that allowed him to do this shit, and that I'm angry at him doing what he did. I'm specifically extra angry at everybody around him. This you said it pointedly before. The footage is from a hotel.
2016.
2016. That is
8 years ago. Almost a decade ago.
He paid somebody off.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but of
He
course,
paid somebody
like
off
50K or
after.
something, right?
He paid somebody off. People in his team paid somebody off. People in his team did some work to make sure that this went away. Some extra work. Fuck them niggas.
And the funny thing is, some of them are coming out now. Some of the bodyguards.
The
came
bodyguard,
out,
right?
And they
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
wow, you did that shit." And my question is, all right, so you were there though?
Yeah.
Like you have the nerve to come out and say, "Oh, I saw you do that."
Why are you talking?
While you were there though,
You should be in jail with
you
him.
do get that you're an accomplice. What do you mean? You were
He
there?
facilitated it all. Yeah.
You want to talk now? People are getting money?
No, I would.
No.
If I'm the government, yeah, I'm
You
making
should
a
equally be
special-
charged, and I think in certain cases, like higher, like you did extra work.
Yeah, no, they might get them. So it's not. I don't think he's just going down. I think.
But if you look at it, yeah, but if,
I think his kids especially.
His kids
are
also.
also.
His kids are also foul.
His kids are also accused of shit. And I believe that's just true too.
What I don't know.
I believe everything around him.
I don't know
what.
I don't know which kid, but one of the kids made a song.
Combs,
the
one that
dissing
looks
somebody,
like the most.
and he said, "Nah, they got the wrong house." Nigga, shut up.
Well, he needs to shut up. But he's when you're born.
The
and
one
your
that
dad
looks the
is
most,
rich,
yeah.
Your dad is rich. Your Rawls rich. I think you also just there's a level of awareness that you just don't have. I think in his head somehow he still thinks he's gonna get out of this somehow.
Yeah, nah,
I think his
I'm
kids
certain.
probably think that too. Because
I'm certain.
that. If I'm bruv, don't let me be a judge.
I am certain that
putting the
they
special
all think
sauce on you.
they can get away. I think I think he's in a different country, chilling down now, thinking he can do the Russell thing, stay away for a decade or how much longer. Probably he thinks he can make music from there and still get money from that.
Stop the music. Like, okay, so first off, I think his music career is done. Yeah, completely done. I
don't know.
His music is still
I don't
on streaming.
know.
His music is still on streaming. They haven't deleted it. You go look Puff Daddy up on Spotify right now, still there.
I don't know. I don't know if his music career is done because
Eventually it is.
I think all these all these rappers, all these people that were in the same studio, because I'm sure that Cassie was in the studio while he was recording other shit, that they have seen shit and just not saying.
I think this is just Harvey Weinstein all over. Everybody knew. Everybody
exactly.
This is why everyone was quiet when it came out.
It's the black.
The black Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Similar. Hey, see, this is what it is. Now, if you then tie this into the fact that there is an ongoing wave we've seen of this online misogyny. I know this is a tangent, but bear with me. The Andrew Tates of the world, and he got the sex trafficking charge. And then now this stuff has become more and more popular on the internet to the point where I think they released recently, they made a list of, it's a federal institution.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's a federal.
What?
They made a list of online influencers that they deem as male supremacists.
Yeah.
So male supremacist channels. And there's like some very popular, like Fresh and Fit is on the list.
I think
So they have like a
Things
ranking.
is there.
And Just Pearly Things is on it. Fresh and Fit is on it.
There was another one that
Rich Cooper is on it. Rational, a bunch of people.
What's the reason? What's the reason behind
They're
it?
trying to fight it. So they said they made a list of people that deem as male supremacists, and they've put government funds towards finding ways to get these people demonetized, and also create content that targets their viewers to disincentivize people from watching their stuff. So to inoculate their influence. Right? My point with this is, the government is. I think someone also said that even the FBI officially put male supremacy on like their list of you like they have things like white supremacy. They put male supremacy on the list a couple years ago, like as an official thing now that they're going to start tracking. If you have all of this going on, and then this dude does this, is my point. And this is in this car. Those dudes are the dudes defending him, by the way.
Yeah.
Because they're making this argument where you would Ryan Leslie, he was the good guy, and then you went to the bad guy, and this is what some sick twisted argument like this is what you get is sort of what they're implying with that.
Yeah.
For real, I've seen this. I'm not making fun. This is what some dudes saying.
Okay.
If I'm a government, I'm gonna make a whole TV show out of you. That's what I'm gonna do.
But I mean,
I'm gonna make a whole TV show out of you.
Are we talking about the Democrats or just the government?
Government.
This
What are
is
we
just
talking
government.
about?
This is just government. This is just government.
Just government.
This is just government. This is the FBI put male supremacy on their list as an official thing a couple
Homeland Security.
years ago.
Yeah.
And now I forget exactly which government body it was. It was another government body that set up a special program to actually tackle this stuff.
They rated them on a scale from 100 to 0.
Yeah.
How much they are extremist, or I don't know what the exact word was, but how horrible they might be or not. Like, to me, you're right. To me, this kind of needs to be applied to everybody who has worked together with him. Everybody needs to be checked. We go to your history. Like, we're gonna do the Me Too thing now. We have to, because clearly shit has happened, and it's blatant, and it was crazy. It was insane. Now we need to check everybody.
It's gonna be a dark day, though. A dark day.
No, but
It needs to come.
But to think that Harvey Weinstein was one of the gatekeepers, right, in the film industry, right, and then you have P. Diddy, music industry,
Similar.
very big. Just think a little further and think about the key figures in music, in other industries, right? They're a little. What do you think? What do you guys think? Is this? Are there more people coming out of the works?
100%.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this just the
I expect
domino
more.
effect?
I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day. I said I don't think it's that. I think in any given population, some people are freaks. But when you get a lot of money and power, you can exercise your freakiness easier and more. And that's really what it is. So I don't think it's more people in entertainment are doing this. I just think they have the more power to do it.
And
that's why
I kind of agree, but I think there's something about creative
people.
There's something about
Creative people are
extremely
freaky?
creative people and creative people that have managed to creative people that are good at marketing, because that's what they are. They're not just creative people, they are creative people that are good at marketing. There's something about them or about certain people like that, creative geniuses, that lends themselves to being weirdos like this.
No, but I personally think creative individuals, they have to look or try to find the edge of anything, right? I'm not saying he's the Basquiat or anything, right? Or he's what's the woman you were talking?
This is what makes this.
You went the museum with the naked people.
Maria Abramovich.
For instance, he's not that. But still, like it still fits in the whole idea of creative people. Like they have to push the envelope, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to be a little crazy or think skewed about how the world functions and
I don't know. I don't
outside
like that one.
outside of the box,
I don't
right?
like that one. I don't think that's what it is personally.
I don't know.
I think he's a freaky boy. I think it's him.
I think
He's a freaky boy,
I
and he
agree.
got money.
I agree with you. He's 100% a freaky boy. He's 100% like a weird, freaky motherfucker. But I think there's a layer because the annoying thing is we are seeing this more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna equate that Kanye did the same thing as him, but Kanye is also a weird individual that's doing dumb shit and talking like a fucking idiot. There's something about these motherfuckers.
You see, my thing is, the reason I don't like that because I feel like
It diminishes the point that is.
not even that, but in general, the in general. So if we go away from this for just a second, right? The creative genius label is often used as a moniker for ridiculous behavior, and I always hate it. I hate it even when it's very subtle, right? It's the same reason I don't like certain artists because they do it even in their art.
Fair.
They do something very weird and obscure in their art that really makes no sense. But then it's like if you don't like it, it's all because you don't get it. You don't get how creative genius and I'm a creative genius, so I have to behave like this. No, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you if you behave recklessly because you're a person. You're not special, right? It's just an excuse to I'm creative, so I'm special. What is this one? Wasn't there?
What?
It was a similar thing to I don't want to mention who it exactly was, but it was like a previous R&B singer who had something like this, where on a much smaller scale, who said she wouldn't shake people's hands at the meet and greets.
Yeah.
Because the energy or whatever. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's this excuse to be like, oh, but I'm special, so energy. Behave like a normal fucking person.
No,
That's how
I
I
agree.
feel.
I agree.
But
I
no,
agree
but
to a
I
degree.
think,
Yeah.
no, but as artists, you're expected. No, but you're expected to be a little extravagant or a little.
No, not expected. You're allowed. You're allowed to
No,
be
but
a-
you're expected as well. Like if you're okay. Besides the Ed Sheerans, right? Because I think they're praised for being like the boy next door, right? Type of person.
At this point, I don't
But
even
I
know
mean-
if Ed Sheeran is
but-
clean, bro.
No, but I mean, he stayed, or at least like the way he looks is quite like normal, right? He could be.
I see what he's saying.
He could be your buddy from next door, right? But you have like a lot of artists, right? They have to like the way they stand out is by dressing very very peculiar or just acting very weird, right? Just think about what's her name again? The one that shaved her head. Doja Cat, for instance, right? She's a phenomenal artist. Like, I can't say anything about that, but still, like, she does these. She has these gimmicks she uses, right? And it's a little off to me, but I mean, it does get her in the tabloids. It gets people talking, but her music is great. So if you have that combination, you can go far. So if you're normal, right? If you're normal and you have okay music, like 9 out of 10 times, that's not the formula for success.
I think we need to step away from that. Clearly,
Okay, but that's a different conversation. But
No,
like,
but
if we
I
look
see
at
what he's saying.
I see what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you. We give them more leeway. We give them.
it's not they're not only allowed, but they're expected to though. That's what I'm saying.
There's some expectation. I get what he's saying. There's
Yeah,
some
I get what you
expectation.
mean.
There's people who feed into it, like, oh, he's so different. And there's
Exactly.
people who feed into it. I don't fuck with it.
Because that's the whole conversation.
I really don't. I never have.
Like, for instance, think about just parents, right? Parents, like when you guys have little you have cousins or whatever, right? Your sisters, kids, right?
Yep.
For instance, if when they're around like 12, 15, right, they'll start listening to music we can't relate to, right? Artists we can't relate to, and they'll be talking about, oh, this guy is so revolutionary, like he's so cool, whatever, right? And we have our reference, right? And we think this whatever this kid is doing is not comparable to what we listen to, Kendrick's, the Drake's, the Method Man's, you name it, right? And that's their experience because they expect the new artist to have something unique, and this uniqueness, the pushing the envelope, like every single generation pushes it, and like I think 20 years ago, right? You couldn't walk around like the artists walk around today.
You're right.
I remember Young Thug, right? Young Thug used to be scalded for the way he dressed, the way he talked, the like just his extravagant, just the way, just his whole being, right? And now it's normalized. You have the little babies that dress the same. You have your
but then
artists.
Then you get in.
The short guy, Lil Uzi Vert, for instance, right? Lil Uzi dresses quite uniquely.
Very different
right?
thing than abusing
No,
people.
I know. I'm not saying this is not comparable, but I mean, it's just that they have a lot of leeway to do these crazy things, and we accept to a certain degree. We accept them to, or you expect them to act weirdly.
I
listen. I also don't like. There's some people who've come out and are really going after him. 50 Cent's gonna make a doc with Netflix.
That's
He
great.
already
That's
sold
great.
it
That's
already.
great.
Sold the
That's
doc
great.
already.
That's
I love that. But I still think people are too quiet. I think
agree.
people are too quiet. I think
agree.
people are like, oh, well, what he did is not cool.
This
They've
is
unfollowed him.
this
Some artists have unfollowed him.
this
But
is why
that's all.
I feel like there's more happening, and I agree with you. Like there's this weird thing about allowing creative geniuses to do shit, but it's just
I
annoying.
think it's telling that it feels like more people were hating on Drake than on him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That pissed me off as well.
I think it's
That pissed
really
me off
telling
as
that
well.
when Drake lost the rap beef, it was like, oh, get him out of here. And then with this, we're like, oh yeah, no, it's wrong what he did. It's like
It is
no.
weird. It's weird. It's
no,
very
where's
weird.
the witch hunt? Why is people should start showing up at his house?
Why is Drake having a
government
helicopter around his house
government
at
has
all
to-
times, and this man is? We don't know where this man is. How do we not? The internet could find anybody.
They're not. It's not the same energy. It's not the same energy. The energy is still stupid. I
Why
think it's
though?
disappointing.
Why? Why do you think? Why do you guys think?
It's a long.
I don't know.
conversation.
There's a couple
It's a
things
long
I can
conversation. It's a
suggest,
long-
but
it's a that's a tough
yeah,
one.
no. This is.
I'll take a stab at it. I think it touches on what you were saying last time, so I'm gonna pitch it to you actually. But I think he represents something that a lot of people were proud of and saw as a role model, and somewhere they're having trouble with losing that.
Yeah, and I think that's why it hurts for certain people.
And that's
extra.
why they don't want to be as aggressive. They don't want to be as demonizing. They don't want to be as
maybe that's why for me this is more
aggressive,
egregious.
Which is I don't feel that at all because I never liked him. I never thought I never got it. With Cassie, I didn't get why she was with him. I never.
For me,
understood.
I didn't.
So
I
for me,
never
I'm like,
liked
oh,
him.
Get this dude out of here.
For me, I never liked him, but I liked the artist and the music he was.
Working with.
I like Danny D. Kane. I like the show that he did. The singers that came out of that. Like all that was because I fuck with R&B to that extent. That was what I fucked with. But then seeing, you might be right. There's maybe for me that's why I'm so angry about this because I fucked with the shit he did. And that is just disappointing to see him doing this kind of
I've
shit.
seen people really, really start to make the argument that they're getting rid of all of our role models and da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, he beat that girl. See, this is what I don't like about this shit. It's like he beat the girl though.
Yes.
Like if you don't beat the girl, there is no video. If you don't do the thing, like it's just such stupidity.
It is so simple.
There's way too much defending and not enough attacking.
Don't do dumb shit. Don't do shit you shouldn't be doing. Don't beat up women when you should not be beating up women because nobody should be doing
that's
that.
why I think it's crazy that I really saw palpably more hate for Drake, whose shit is almost all nonsense, in my opinion. Still, from what I see, it's almost all nonsense. And it's definitely not anything tangible or actually illegal or anything of that nature. But for the dude who blatant, we know now, right? That he did something you should be in prison for. Like, okay, it's disgusting. You're a bad person.
The other guy is mostly allegations.
When you
and this guy
watch
is
the
shit.
videos of them saying it, the videos I've seen of people responding to it, it seems like they're saying it because they feel they have to.
Yeah.
Not because they actually believe it.
And the reason why I think they can say it is that fucking apology. Yeah, he changed.
Yeah. Well,
He improved. He went to therapy. The therapy angle in that apology,
I hope they make him disappear for real.
Nah.
That's my sense. If I'm any legal law enforcement person, judge, attorney general, whatever. Yeah, you're going on a special list. We're going to do something very special.
To wrap
for
it
you.
up, because we've been going on for a long time. We were not supposed to make this long. Our hearts go out to Cassie and her family and everybody involved there. Everybody who has been done dirty by this disgusting man. Like I assume that I speak for you as well. We hope that he goes to jail for everything.
J. Cole's a legend because he's the only one who put hands on him.
Yes. That story was hilarious.
J. Cole the only one who slapped him up.
J. Cole wasn't having none of that. Really fought him?
J. Cole wasn't doing none of that. Which is so J. Cole. J. Cole would be the one who I don't care about all this. I
saw a TikTok video of this guy explaining it. I don't know if it's real, but he said, and that's a parent story. I think you guys have heard the story before. There was a party from Jay-Z and Diddy. Cole and Kendrick showed up. Kendrick did Control, and Diddy was not happy with that for whatever reason. Cole said, "Fuck that! This rap, we can do this shit." Cole and Diddy started beefing, and then Diddy tried to fight Cole for real. That got de-escalated, and then JC went up to him like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Which I respect. I don't know if that's true, but I respect that somebody called him out and said, "No, you were foul for this. Get the fuck out." And that Cole could stay, and that Cole was the only one that actually ever scrapped with this man.
Yeah, I don't know how exactly it went. I know that they scrapped was confirmed.
That is a description of somebody. What somebody
there was
said.
A scrap is confirmed.
Allegedly. But yeah, I respect the fact that somebody beat him up. Some more people should beat him up. If I say so, but legally bring him to the police so he can properly be prosecuted for everything that he did, and that people can get some real relief and peace of mind knowing that this monster is in jail.
This is a dude that you should get rid of. Get rid of the music.
Just
get rid of the whole. Get rid of all of it. Like this is one of those where it's like with a lot of stuff. There's always debate about but I don't know, and we need more evidence, and I don't know. This is one of those where I'm like, it's pretty clear cut to me. This is a clean one. This is how clear what we should do with this. This shouldn't be hard. He has to go. That's just my stance on it.
All right. Tough one to end it on, but yeah, he has to go. That's it. We want to thank you for listening. At a later point, we might do a Drake and Kendrick aftermath if that is needed. It's done. Unless somebody else does something. The BBL Drizzy shit doesn't matter. Like that's ridiculous if it is up to me, but you say it's
dope. He killed it.
Fine, whatever. We thank you for listening. We were the Three Angry Men. We never introduced ourselves, so here we go. I'm Jeffrey.
Oliver.
Oh, dude, that's new.
I'm supposed to go first, then you, Oliver.
Am I?
You haven't been here in a while. You don't know anymore.
But I'm the second one.
No, we go this way.
Yeah.
Why would we go this way?
But I'm the second one.
Since
always. I've always been the second one.
That's not the truth. I don't know, but I don't know.
Maybe we should.
I go by the order of our city.
Maybe we should discuss this, and then, or we should do we should record one, and then we can use it always.
But I've been the second.
The
one.
name is in the thing. Whatever.
We're the Three Angry Men. Thank you for listening. You can find us on YouTube. Thank you for commenting and watching. Let us know what you fuck with, what you don't fuck with. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and all other places. We will be there next time. Peace.